Welcome back, fuckers. Today we're going to be talking about the trade I took on McDonald's. So first things first, I actually took a loss this week, but I got back into it, and I'll tell you guys why. So first off, we're going to actually go to market conditions. And if you guys knew about what happened this weekend, or not this weekend, I think it was Wednesday. Wait, when was the debate? Anyways, the debate that happened Wednesday, that impacted the market. Obviously, there's elections, and with every election year, the months that come before election always get impacted either negatively or positively. And we saw that a few days ago here. The 11th. So that should be Wednesday. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. But so SPY, right? S&P 500. As you guys saw, went downhill again. We failed to break out on SPY, which means that we failed to break out on Netflix. And actually, let's look. Oh wait, shit! I don't have Netflix anymore. But Netflix failed to break out too, and then it's now coming back up. And the reason it's coming back up is because if you look at SPY, SPY is also coming back up. SPY also hit a key level, which is it was a low of 540, and that was a very high liquidity point for SPY. As you can see, it regained everything. Wednesday was the presidential debate. Usually it always ends up being positive. I'm pretty sure every year it ends up being positive, so that's a plus. We needed to go up. The moving averages are lining up, so that's good. But the point is, if SPY is setting up and it's coming back to this key breaking out level, which is about to hit basically on Monday if we keep going up on pre-market, it means that we are going to break out, which means that other companies are going to break out. And this actually lines up perfectly with McDonald's. Now, I haven't talked about this McDonald's company at all, or the company, or the trade at all, in any of my videos because I know I've been gone for such a while. But there's a lot of news on McDonald's. There's a lot of analytics that is happening behind the scenes, and I just want to share I want to share what I know and what I've done with you guys. So first off, if you're just looking at the chart and you're looking at the quote, McDonald's was trading around 288 to 290 in that range, approximately so. And this was after they beat Q2 earnings Q2 earnings a couple of months back or a couple of weeks back, my bad. And they actually fucking crushed it. And as you can see, the stock actually traded above or spiked to the 200 EMA, and then ended up trading above, and not only trading but gapping up above the 200, and then the EMA is set up. Now, I want you to remember, if you're an American and you're living in America, or you're an international person, or you just live in the fucking world, you have heard of McDonald's. McDonald's is not a irrelevant company. Everyone knows McDonald's, but not a lot of people know that they get traded publicly. And so every little thing that they do, every little tweak, every lawsuit, everything that goes against and with McDonald's affects their stock. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they've had a lot of recent positive news and a lot of outgoing news that are coming in the next couple of years. And you'll see that in some articles, some institutions say or changed their price target of McDonald's to 320 or 350 or something. It was 342. So it's up there, right? Yeah, so from 310 to 330. So right now we're not even at 300, by the way, and institutions are already raising their price targets from 310 to 330. So that already shows positive outcome for the stock to just go up in general, not to keep going up, but just to go up in that time period. If you look at the quote, you can see their market cap is around $200 billion, and their current volume is 2.2 million. Now, I know that changes almost every day, but if you have $2.2 million in volume, that's not bad at all. So it's a big corp. It made a extremely big move from almost 250 to 290, right? So that's a very, very big move from McDonald's. I'm pretty sure its ADR is like 1.52%. I'm pretty sure I checked earlier this week. But anyways, it starts going up and then it starts going sideways, right? So it doesn't make any high highs or low lows. It just goes sideways. It goes straight to the EMAs. Now, what you want to do is you want to wait and watch. And you want to wait patiently until this sets up even more, right? Because you don't want confirmation off the first EMA. You want this to kind of touch the 20. Obviously, this didn't touch the 20 when it broke out. And I'll actually talk about what happened on breakout day because it's kind of weird. If we just backtrack a little bit, just on the week, you can see that it's actually trying to regain. It's trying to regain its 302 spot right now. And at the moment, it's looking really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is looking like a really profitable stock. I even told my little brother to invest in this with his stock market game at school, because I really do believe in this, and so do investors. So what's a better way to get in if investors know about this too? But anyways, it starts going sideways, as you can see. I mark these two highs, these relative highs, and then we have this kind of thin day, right? It's setting up on the 9. It's not really breaking out. It's not trading super under. It's holding this 9. It's not touching the 20 yet. And it's having this really thin day with really low volume. And as you can see, even when we get to this spike right here, the volume just dies off. And then on breakout day here, as you can see, the volume picks back up and it's almost as big as this spike on this gap, right? So let's actually go. I wonder if I can go back to it because this might be a far stretch. Whoops, daisy. Okay, so this was here. And I remember taking my first trade on this, which ended up as a loss. And I'll tell you guys how this was a loss. But this was actually, I remember this was a Friday. And I didn't watch this breakout in the morning. I actually watched this later in the afternoon. I was like, oh, McDonald's is breaking out. Let me get in this, right? Not thinking much. And okay, so you can see there's not very high volume at the start of the morning, but there is these candles. They are extremely, they're filled with buy orders here, as you can see. And it just goes up and then comes back down. And then you can see this blue line, right? You don't really want to buy anything, or you want to just buy if it's above, nothing under, right? So you just kind of wait. It doesn't hit stop loss. It doesn't hit low day. Its lowest day is 287.57. And it just kind of runs up. Now, the interesting about what happened on that day was it was actually, why is this fucked? It was actually a liquidity grab. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you look at this high right here, I'm going to delete this candle here. If you look at this high, which is the sideways high, if you will, it actually came and wanted to grab it, if that makes sense. Wanted to grab that liquidity. So if we go back on the 5-minute, you can see right here, its high of day almost grabbed it. So you can see I bet you that there was limit orders from hedge funds. Literally not even it was at 292.20, so 0.2. And I bet there was a limit order at 292.1. So literally 0.1 tick away, and limit orders got filled right away. And you can see there's a reaction right off that level. So right off the bat, I knew that McDonald's was a level kind of stock. So if it hit a level, people were going to sell or buy. And that's exactly what happened today, actually. Again, why is this fucked up? Well, anyways, I got in late on Friday. That's the point I wanted to make. I got in super late, and that was the mistake I made. And if you know anything about option contract, is if you get in late and you miss your timing, right? Because option contracts, if the timing is good, you're going to do good. If the timing is bad, you're going to do bad. And that's just how it works. So what happened basically is I bought in late, and as you can see, previously it sold off. It sold off because it hit that liquidity high. Institutions started selling, and that's that. And so if you look in the breakout, actually, it supposedly, and I do air quotes, it supposedly broke out because there was the volume. Okay, there was a thin candle before. It rode the EMA, and there was volume and good candles on the breakout day, and it went to a level that was never reached before in just one day. Okay, the second day is a little different. The second day doesn't hit the daily low, so we don't sell the contract. and actually keep it for that day. Nothing really happens, blah blah. You know, it's just kind of moving, it's going up, so it's fine. And then the second day is where it really gets crazy, and this was the 10th, so this was Tuesday, the day right before the debate. And this is important because this, as you can see, this liquidity sweep high was at 292. My contract for this was 292.5 for a week out. Okay, so that means that literally the day I bought it, it almost hit my strike price. Okay, so it was up almost 60% on that day. Okay, and then it goes down, up, whatever. I'm maybe up 50%. Second day hits. I swear to God, this was probably the craziest day I've ever seen. Okay, the candles are everywhere, and it just spikes. Like, look at this, right? This is the 5-minute. It spikes up, spikes up, spikes up, and just it keeps buying, and it goes all the way up to 296.23. Remember, my strike price was 292.5. So it's basically almost $5 up above my strike price. So my contract was, I bought it out the money and it went into the money. So I was making big bucks. Okay. And then it crashed down. Okay. It crashed down because this, obviously the debate was tomorrow, and guess what? It hit a level. Okay. And this level was actually a weekly high. Why the fuck is this messed up? As you can see here, that weekly high where it just started selling, I noted that, I marked it, and boom, it hit that high, and unfortunately it just fucking dumped. You can see that blue high here, that was the weekly high. Again, hedge funds have their limit orders at least $1 to $2 before, so obviously they got in earlier and they just sold, and as you can see, they sold. Now, this is where my contract got fucked. Okay, I'll be honest, this is where my contract went negative. Okay, and I wasn't stressing because I knew that this could come up and this could hold the EMAs, and this could, be a good stock to keep holding. Now, unfortunately, the debate happened, and even though SPY was affected positively at the end, during the debate, the stock actually went down. And before the debate, people sold because they didn't know if Trump or Kamala Harris was going to say something crazy about the economy. Wait, economy? No, economy. Whatever. And they didn't know. So they sold, everyone sold. SPY went down, and then it went back up. But SPY went down in the main part, which made McDonald's sell, and a lot of people sold. And the reason why I'm saying this is because my contract got absolutely fucking crushed, okay? I was actually in the middle of economics class, and we were going over stocks, and I was like, yo, check McDonald's real quick. And he pulls it up on the big screen, and it's at 286. By the way, my call was for 292 that day, so it's down basically like almost 60%. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm selling this. Even if it comes back up, I'm selling. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have traded before fucking the debate or whatever. I should have known, right? So that's an honest mistake. And I thought I was done. And then it makes this fucking crazy pullback because of SPY. And as you can see, it actually hits the 20. It trades through the 9 and goes to the 20. It taps the 20, which is absolutely beautiful. And then it just buys everything back up, just like SPY did. Okay, this is following exactly like SPY. It buys everything back up. Then on Thursday, buys even more. And then on Friday, which is today, it gaps up and then trades even more up to not only past 2 other previous levels, but it also trades past the weekly liquidity sweep. And as you see, let's go on the 5-minute today. That blue line, that very top line, is that weekly liquidity sweep that took me out, or that got my contract fucked in the first place. So McDonald's rebounded, okay, and that's the first. This is the tip of the iceberg, okay? That's literally just the chart. If we go into the news real quick, and we look at why I even bought McDonald's in the first place, okay, it's because there was so much positive news behind it, right? Because if a company's stock is going up, or wants to go up or needs to go up, it needs news. It needs positive news. It needs positive earnings. It needs things to influence the company, right? If half of their customers in the US find rats in their fucking burgers, guess what's going to happen? The stock is going to go down. That's just fucking basic, all right? Everyone should understand that. So in the contrary, if McDonald's buys new machines or integrates AI to help customers, or maybe the way you take orders, right? You go into McDonald's, you just tap the screen instead of talking to the person. If they integrate that in every McDonald's, then those workers working can now clean, or they can do service. They can bring out your food. It can be more of like a restaurant type thing. And investors might see that as a huge benefit because it's easy, it's faster to order, and they can actually spend more time cooking and making your food even faster. And boom, bam, just like that, just by integrating AI in just a small machine, your stock went up 100%, in a month or two. So just those little, I'm saying those little news, but like on our screens, it's little, but in the real world, it's massive. Those news outlet are huge for the stock. And if you can see that happening before the stock goes up and you can get in it before the stock goes up, that's where you make the money, right? And that's exactly where I'm at. You can always buy shares later on, but the options is a little trickier to play because if you buy the option contract too late, then it becomes worthless, right? So just a couple here. Let me pull up Yahoo. I'm pretty sure I have a sector here. Okay. So this was from yesterday, but this McDonald's newest wrinkle power up kiosk and bypass the registers. Okay, so that's good. McDonald's to introduce cash accepting digital kiosk in the US. Guess what's that? That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. McDonald's extended a $5 deal through December to keep customers coming. That's a good thing. They're looking out for the customers, that they're reducing prices, they're keeping stuff in. The customers are happy. If the customers are happy and they're coming back, the company is making money. If the company is making money, that means the earnings are going to be good. If the earnings are going to be good, guess what? People are going to buy and buy and buy and buy. What else? There was so much else. Let's see. Also, the food industry is not bad at all right now. McDonald's is up 8.6 since last earnings. What's going on? It's getting recommended in almost every article to buy this as long-term, not short-term, just long-term. And if it's getting recommended as long-term, what do you think that means? That means that investors want to put their money in the stock, which means that if more people see it, it's like, oh, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy. And if that article came out 2 days ago, that means that in 2 days or so, that stock is going to go up because people are seeing that article, want to buy it, and will buy it, right? So if you can get in before that, you make the money. 20 most liquid issues in the weekly turnover. Okay, no. Where did I see? There's like reprice. Yeah, look at this. McDonald's price target raised to $360 a share from $355 by Tigris Financial. We are at $296, and they're saying this price is going to hit $360. By the way, its all-time high on McDonald's is $302. So they're saying it's going to go almost $50 or basically $60 over its all-time highs as their price target. That means that they believe in McDonald's, and if they do, if these big institutions believe in McDonald's, why shouldn't you? You buy McDonald's almost every day. Everyone else does. Why would it fail as a company? It's a little monopoly on the fast food industry. They basically started it, and they will end it however they want. So anyways, that's one thing. Okay, there's so much news on McDonald's. I could just keep on going, but that's the trade I'm in. I have 300 calls, and as you can see, it's already at 296. 300 calls for 2 weeks from now. So in 2 weeks, it's gonna hit $300. That's the prediction I'm doing. If it doesn't do that, it doesn't do that. But it's already 296, so my contracts are already up like 50%. So we're fine. Now I want to go over maybe some breakouts that happened because these were really nice. The first one, I don't know what this is. I just flagged it. Melly. Okay, yeah, this is pretty. I didn't do research on these. This is just the chart that looks good. As you can see, it goes up. They had earnings. They beat Q2 earnings. It went up. It's a big corp. Look at this. Market cap 100 billion, so just 100 billion under McDonald's. Their volume, it's a little low, but they're trading at $2,000 a share, so that's pretty fucking good. And they have a lot of shares outstanding. So earnings good. Company goes up. Company goes sideways, and then it breaks out on that day. You can see, and the volume, you can see the volume is picked back up right there. QV, it's still setting up, and then eBay. boys, oh my God. I had an eBay. Literally, I swear to God, on Friday, I marked eBay. I was like, oh, this actually looks like it could break out. And the reason why is I actually had eBay, like I traded eBay like almost 2 months ago, like before the summer. I remember taking a trade on eBay, which was a loss, by the way. But I remember it almost broke out. And yeah, just look at this. It didn't make a huge move, but if you just look like this, oh, look at this. It went up after earnings, sideways, sideways. It didn't break out. It just kept going sideways and then slowly went up. And then here it had a, I don't know really what happened that day. I'm not sure. But it went up, went sideways, and you can see it just went sideways. And it rides this EMA. Like, look at this shit. These candles don't close under this. It is just spiking through. It doesn't touch the 20. It just rides the 9. It's riding for almost a week here. And then it just sets up perfectly. And then on this day, look at this breakout day. The volume is stepped in, okay? Actually, the volume isn't really here, but the candle's there. This only moves from 59 to 60, so almost $1. Second day, more volume. And then this fucking day, from $60 to 63 in one day. That's a $3 move on eBay, by the way. That's insane. That's insane. If you had calls saying that this company would go to like 64 or 63, you would be fucking rich right now, bro. But the fact that I saw this on Friday and I knew it was going to break out just makes me happy. NVIDIA, I'm going to skip over this one. It's not really setting up at all. NE, okay, this is, we already talked about this in my previous videos. You guys know about this. NE, and then Coca-Cola. Actually, yeah, I haven't updated you guys about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola went up, right? I was pretty pissed. I was in this, sold very early. Obviously got fucked. And then it just fucking went up. And then I was sad. It went from, I had 69 calls. If I held my 69 calls, brother, I would have made like almost 300% on this fucking call option. And then it just plummeted down. It's still holding. Not bad. But that's literally all I'm watching. There's nothing. Oh yeah, Axon. I know you guys remember me talking about Axon, and this was a while ago, but Axon had a really good earnings and they had really good potential for breaking out, and it did break out. And now all I was watching on Axon is this little thing, right? If it was going to set up with the EMA, unfortunately it broke down. I'm pretty sure this was around the time that SPY went down. So obviously all the companies went down, but it rebounded just the other day. Went from 364 to 385. And I'm pretty sure the news, I'm pretty sure there's still like price targets. Yeah, price target from race to 430 from 375. Okay, so we've already hit 375, and I'm pretty sure 375 was a price target like from a month ago, and now they're aiming for 430. So Axon, if you guys don't know, this is the like police officers wear as like body cam and stuff. So it's a good company. They work with government contracts. They have civil contracts. They literally work with everybody. They're the monopoly of the body cam and then tasers and all that stuff. So there's literally no reason why this would go down unless there's like a faulty taser out there and like have the criminals get away. That would fucking be horrible. Shopify, Fortnite, AST, Cyber. Yeah, now I'm getting these rid. Netflix. Okay, Netflix is setting back up, as you guys saw. Coming back to this level right here, and I'm not setting this anymore, but that's what we're looking for. If Netflix can come back up here and set up even more, while SPY, again, if SPY also does the same thing where it gets to that level, this is exactly what Netflix is looking like. If SPY can also break that level or go above and beyond its all-time high, which is 565, then I'll get on Netflix, or depending on which one's better, SPY. Hoping that I don't lose this fucking McDonald's trade. This might actually take a while, so I don't know if I can get in another trade, but there's a lot of stocks here that we can go through. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to go through these. You can look on your own. There's not much I can really talk about these because I didn't really do full research on these, but there's a lot. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.